I read your devotional this morning and it said facts. You like facts.
I like facts.
How much snow did we have, Orange City, how much snow in the last 96 hours?
7.1 inches.
7.2.
6.7. 6.7.
Which side of town?
I don't know. Come on, Dave. What are we doing?
We got over 8 inches in Sioux Center.
Oh, congratulations. That's good. I'm glad to hear it, Dave. Why don't you just go back over there and shovel? National Days of something today. Anybody got any idea? There's about 6 of them.
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. What year did Rosa not give up her seat?
35.
You're a little early.
Yeah.
63.
55. 1955, Rosa Parks Day. Another day today. What's the day after the Monday after Thanksgiving?
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday. So on Cyber Monday, what do they estimate every person, average person, spends on stuff? What's the average?
$700.
That's a little high. $206. How about the household for the weekend? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The household average is $622. $622 for the weekend. Another day is Red Apple Day.
Yep.
Red Apple Day. National Pie Day. You don't have to give us your deal today. I mean, you're on. But I bet you don't know this one. All right, in the state of Iowa, Thanksgiving, what's the favorite pie in Iowa for Thanksgiving? What do most Iowans eat the most pie? No? No, that's national pumpkin. Yeah.
Pecan apple.
French silk. That's what the Google said, so. Gotta be right. What's the favorite dessert? Just all over, anytime favorite dessert. No? It's a bar. Scotcheroo.
Yes.
I saw it just coming out of you. You were just going to say it. Yeah? How many turkeys? Normally, or what's the average amount of turkeys per year? How many turkeys are eaten on Thanksgiving? 46 million. And then the weight. How much do you think in weight those 46 million, what do you think? 1.4 billion pounds of turkey. And the average person is guessed that it's 1.5, that's what you're supposed to plan on, 1.5 pounds of turkey per person from an eating standpoint. I thought that was kind of interesting. In 1878, Dave, this is for you. 1878, what was installed in the White House? First time ever.
A hog sty.
Hog what?
A hog sty.
No.
Telephone.
Bathroom? Who said telephone? There you go. Did you look that up? Okay. Okay, and
I
yesterday.
remember that call I got from the president there.
Oh, there you go. This is good. This is good. Advent started, obviously, the 4 Sundays. What's the first Sunday?
Hope.
Hope. Second Sunday?
Joy.
Nope. You're one off.
Peace.
Peace. John. Joy is third.
Love.
Fourth is love. Let's talk about the Advent wreath. What's the round shape symbolizing? The round shape. Close. God's eternal love. Okay? How about the branches, the evergreen branches?
Everlasting life.
Doug, you are on it today. Eternal life, and then the candles is, you should know this, what is that?
Light of the world.
Light of the world. And the last one, I know you all are wanting to know, who's the Heisman leader now, they think is the leading front runner for getting the Heisman Trophy?
Jeremiah Love.
No.
Come on.
Where's he from? Who's that?
Notre Dame.
Oh. No Catholics in this
Diego
thing.
Pavia.
No Catholics in this deal.
Diego
Come on.
Pavia.
Nope. Not Vanderbilt. What?
He should be.
Yeah, there you go. Right there.
Indiana quarterback.
Indiana quarterback, Mendoza. Yeah, he's the leader. Second,
Jeremiah Love.
they're gonna play on Saturday. The Ohio State guy. I can't think of his name.
Jeremiah Smith.
Can't remember.
Who?
receiver, Jeremiah Smith.
I thought it was the quarterback, wasn't it? I thought it was the quarterback. All right, get your money out. Anybody got a joke? No jokes. Every time he goes, I'm not doing it anymore. I won't think of one. And he comes up with one. Attaboy, Jack. All right, money.
There was this elderly lady went to the bank and she wanted to withdraw $20. The teller said, small amount like that, you can't, you have to go to the ATM machine. She stood there a minute and she said, well, in that case, I'll withdraw $1,000, all in 20s. So the teller counted out the 20s, counted them out to her, put them in an envelope and handed it to her. Elderly lady took one $20 bill out and she says, I want to deposit the rest.
Country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall we pray? Our Father, we thank you for this beautiful day, the wonders that you give to us through this world. Help us to be good stewards of what you bless us with. Lord, be with us in this Christmas season as we remember the birth of your Son and the meaning of life, and help us to be worthy of being called your children. Lord, we thank you for this food you've given to us, and we pray that you'll be with families throughout this holiday season, that they might be blessed. Be with us and guide us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Well, we have a couple guests with us today, and David, you have a guest.
I have my brother-in-law here from Pennsylvania, Mike Fritz. And, yeah. He's one of the good guys. It's only the second time he's been to Iowa. I don't know when we're gonna be able to send him back.
Glad to have you here, Mike.
My guest is Dan Tracy, retired Army actress, and a great Northwestern actress.
Now, our very observant secretary said one of you the other day plunked down a quarter, thinking it was a quarter, but it's a Japanese coin, which he looked up on eBay is worth $3,600. It's worth something though. So if you happen to have a Japanese coin in your pocket and laid it down thinking it was a quarter, there it is. Okay? Yeah. What did you say it was?
Like 20 to 40.
So, now, if nobody picks it up, we'll just go cash it in and add that to our treasury.
I'm not selling that on eBay.
Well, maybe they'll give you what's worth at the bank.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's have the school reports, and let's start out with Jason.
All right. Our basketball season gets underway this week. We have 2 games, one tomorrow against Hull Prot, and then on Thursday against Sioux Center Christian. We had our short week last week with Thanksgiving break, and now we have 3 weeks before Christmas break, and so this will be a full week, and glad we got here, and hopefully snow won't be a big deal going forward with stuff like that. But right now we're just starting basketball season, so the kids are really excited about that.
Okay. Pass it over to Dave.
Thank you. Northwestern, our women's team played last week at Dakota State and got beat. The men's team went down to Tennessee. to Nashville and played in a, not really a tournament, but a classic, I guess. Played two different schools, Aquinas, and then
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria, that's right, I was singing that song all day. They played tremendously well, all five guys, and they played, I think they're ranked number 8 in the nation. And all five guys in double figures, we beat them by 28. So the only thing that was disgusting about it is if you watched it and listened to that announcer, good grief. He butchered more names there than was. Pardon? Dan Halsbeck. Yeah, Rokebeck. Anyway, the basketball team looked very good. And they play this coming Wednesday night. Both the women and the men, that'll be at Morningside College. No, university now, yeah, I graduated from the university. And then on Saturday, they travel to Hastings. So no home games coming up this week. The wrestling team lost at Dakota Wesleyan and then came back and won at Hastings, I believe it was. And then they play, this coming week, they travel to Dome. And also the track team is on the road they're getting their season underway. The indoor track, that happens this weekend as well. Did I miss anything?
Volleyball.
Oh, good grief. I mean, they're only in the national tournament, ranked number 2 in the nation. And they play this Wednesday starting at 4:30. And that's pool play. So there are 2 other schools. We're ranked number 2, as I said, so we're higher ranked than the other 2 teams in there. But that starts at 4:30 on Wednesday afternoon. And then you have to kind of check the schedule. Friday, if we win, yeah, I think we play Friday regardless. That's right, okay. So there, I'm sorry I missed that one. Anything else?
All right, thank you, David. Bill's here, right? There you go, Bill.
Mine's a bit confusing because I don't run the school that I follow. And so things kind of change when I don't know it. But I can tell you that the Knight girls, I think, got their season started last week, and they did beat Lawton Bronson 67-47. And then I think, according to the paper, it said that the boys were supposed to play at Lamar's on Friday. And I doubt whether that happened, but I haven't heard anything about it. Tomorrow night, both the girls and the boys go to Boyden Hall. Thursday, both the girls and the boys go to Spirit Lake. Friday, both the girls and the boys go to Rock Valley. And on Saturday, they participate in the high school quiz bowl at Spirit Lake. So this week is going to be a busy week, and looking next week, it looks the same way. They're all playing 3 games. So, yeah, so big start. That's it.
Yeah. I believe the Dutch women, our girls played last week, 2 games, got beat by Spencer by 1 point, I believe, and then they beat Boyden Hall. And this week we have Central Lions there tomorrow night, and boys and girls, and we have West Lion at home Friday night, boys and girls. So that's kind of what I know for sports of the Dutch.
Thank you, David. Kind of kicked today. I mean, Nebraska's getting wailed on by Iowa, right? And their quarterback's limping around. I feel so sorry for the kid. And thought, well, maybe we'll see Gramstead finally. No, and he puts in the tight end who fumbles the ball at the goal line, and come on.
Fire the coach. Fire the coach.
Fire the coach. That wasn't good publicity for Northwest Iowa, I'll tell you that. He could have just well put him in there and let him do his thing.
Doug, let Todd say a little bit about next week, because you're leaving Monday, aren't you, with Bob? Just tell a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be there?
Well, you can also give a report on the Iowa State wrestling.
That was bad. I really don't know much about next week. I'm traveling with Harold Hoftezer. We leave on Monday to go to Las Vegas. The event is on Tuesday night at the Bellagio, from 6:30 to 9:30 or something. And then we're coming home right away on Wednesday morning. But Coach has a large amount of his family is going. I don't know who. You guys here, Paul, are you going?
Yep.
Paul's going. I'm not sure who else.
I think there's about 40 of us going.
Okay. See, Paul knows more than me. I don't even know how many tables we have.
I know Lee's got one, and the bank has got one, and, is it Coach's brother, older
Yeah,
brother, and
yeah,
he's got
his
one,
older
so.
brother. Yeah. So probably 6 tables?
Is it live streamed or anything? Is there any way we can watch it?
I haven't heard that.
I'm not sure.
If you do hear anything like, at coffee this morning, I can't remember who was telling me about what Bob was gonna say when he talks to Salem and a couple of those other guys. He said, "No, I'm gonna do this too." He said, "I'm gonna say to those guys, you know, I coached 30-some years. You, in 1 year, you made more than I made in all 30 of those years."
So Coach, I know, is gonna have a busy time. They have something on Monday. Did this go up? Something on Monday, and I think they got him pretty busy on Tuesday again. And then, I don't know how many people heard this, but on January 6th, is that right?
It's the Peach Bowl?
One of the bowl games?
Peach Bowl.
Yeah, they all got invited to go to one of the bowl games in Atlanta. Yeah, it's in Atlanta. And they all get to sit up in a box somewhere together and enjoy the Peach Bowl.
Because that's where the Hall of Fame is, isn't it?
It's there.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in Atlanta, yeah.
Great.
So he's looking forward to that too, that game.
Well, we're grateful to you for all you do.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I think we can all just remember to pray for good health and good travel for him, and it's a big deal, and we want him to enjoy it.
He, you know, all of these things, I think, have inspired him to want to make it to the next event.
Yeah.
Really, honestly. You know, when his wife passed away, I think that was really, really hard on him, and I think he was having a tough time. But now he's had a lot of things to look forward to, and to make it to the next thing. So.
And he got rid of that walker. He's not
And
gonna
he,
use that walker.
he doesn't use that walker much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you on that, Todd.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lionel Corver's birthday this week or today, or when is it?
Today.
Today, my goodness. Well, let's hear it. Be good voice here. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lyle. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Well, you know, everybody talks about having something to get looking forward to. I get up just hoping to make the next week at Lions Club. That's my highlight. Okay, today we'll have the introduction of our guest.
Our guest speaker today is Bret Walinga. I've known Bret since, believe it or not, he was about this tall. Born into the family of Dale and Jackie Walinga. I remember him playing football at Northwestern. I remember seeing him as a teller at Northwest Bank. And now I see him in ads about the moving company. So we're curious to learn where he comes from and where he's going. So welcome, Bret.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, I appreciate being invited to come here and share a few thoughts with you guys. So Lauren told me January through November were pretty easy, but now that we got to December, we hit the bottom of the barrel, so that's why I'm here. But no, happy to be here. He said he wanted me to just share a little bit about my story and where I came from and what I'm currently doing. So, son of Dylan and Jackie Walinga, was born and raised in Alton, went to Unity, spent a little time at Northwestern, one football season, loved the football, wasn't sure what I wanted to do for school. So I actually finished up at NCC in Sheldon. I got my business degree while I was working for Uncle Joe at Joe's TV. From there, went on to work at Northwestern Bank. Was there for a couple of years. Then spent 2 years at American State Bank in their investment department. and I was one hit shy of the cycle, not working at Iowa State Bank, but otherwise would have got all the banks taken care of. So spent a couple years there at ASB before having this idea. So yeah, was working, many of you guys know Bob Vaness, was working underneath Bob Vaness, and his mother-in-law, Shirley Mao, had moved to the retirement home, and Bob couldn't do it himself and didn't have kids or grandkids to help him. So he asked me if I would help, and I did, and it went fine. And then later, him and Rhonda were going to move, and he wanted me to move their whole house. And I said, I think you better call someone else, Bob. That's too big for me. So he had a company come in, and it didn't go well. And I heard about it for a long time, and finally I said, I think I can give this a shot. So brought up the idea to a few people. Some people were very in support of it. Some people told me I was crazy and they'd never work here in Northwest Iowa. But yeah, here we are 8 years later. Lots changed over those 8 years. When we started, if I would have a move, I'd drive to Sioux Center, pick up a trailer from rental, hook it up to my Trailblazer, and we do it that way. Now we have a couple trucks and a couple trailers and a bunch of big guys that like to help us out every day. So, that's pretty much been how it's taken off over 8 years. Lots changed in those 8 years so I left the bank on January 5, which was a Friday. And then January 8, our first daughter was born. So, a lot of changes that first year in 2018, but this year will mark the 8th year that we've been at it. So,
Where do you get your labor pool?
a lot of good college kids. Football season, a lot of them are busy, but when that wraps up, we get a lot of part-time help out of the college. Have a couple good full-time guys. My dad is with us every day, actually. So he says I'm adding years onto his life, so that's good. He and I have both lost a little weight since starting this, so that's good. But yeah, a lot of guys from the college. Every once in a while we get a couple dork kids to come help us, and that's where we get our labor from.
How far out do you go?
So my wife is the daughter of a trucker. So when I brought this up to her, keep in mind she was 6 months pregnant. And if any of you have met Shelby, she's a sweet, sweet girl. But what came out of her mouth that day was not very sweet. So she was not excited about the idea. She was not happy. But anyways, okay, how far out do we go? So she was the daughter of a trucker. So when I came home and we started talking about this, she's like, I'm the daughter of a trucker, you're not going to turn into a trucker. So I said, okay. So we made a little compromise, one overnight at a time. So basically, we've been as far as Green Bay, down to Kansas City, out to Rapid City, and up to Bemidji. So basically, if we can do it in one overnight, that's okay. 2, we're not going to go there. So Texas and California are out of reach. So, yeah.
So how do you generate business?
How do we generate business? We're the only ones that are crazy enough to want to do it for a living, I guess, in this area. So, I think word of mouth has been the biggest thing probably. Don't do a ton of advertising for a couple different reasons. We only have one crew, so when our day is booked, it's booked. Part of that's maybe me not wanting to give up enough control to expand to multiple crews, but I'd rather just have everybody have a good experience. So.
Is that going to continue, or would you expand?
Possibly. I think the thing that I try balance is my wife is now pregnant with our 5th child, so very busy at home, and since starting this, I've got involved in a few other things. I see the mayor sitting back there, so good, bad, or otherwise, I got convinced to run for city council 2 years ago. So I got the opportunity to sit on our city council. So stay busy with that. Stay busy with my family. So, maybe we would expand someday, but for right now, it's at a pretty good spot for us.
What about your political career?
I don't know. I haven't never really intended to get into politics. or chicken rules, but one way or the other, I don't know if this room's pro-chicken or anti-chicken. I'm hoping our next 2 years we can talk about some, city planning and less chicken. Yeah.
Well done. Questions for him?
I was just gonna mention about, or you stole my thunder, but you have 5 kids, 5th one on, how old, and they're workers in training, right? That you're bringing-
Yeah, workers in training. Well, not that girls can't be workers, but we got 1 boy and 3 girls right now, so I'm trying for another boy. We'll see. But no, so we got, Neva is gonna be 8 in January, and then Judd is, 12 months behind, so he'll be 7 in February. So as if the first year wasn't busy enough trying to start a business. I'll never forget, I can tell you the move where I was at, where I got home and she's like, I'm pregnant. So Neva was 3 months old, and so we knew that second year was gonna be crazy too, so it's just been, busy since. But anyways, Neva's 8, Judd is 7, or will be 7, Mela will be 4, Della is 2, and then newborn expected in June, so. Shelby's a good lady, if you don't know her. She keeps everything running smooth at home, and Drew's seen that across the street plenty of times, so.
She's a saint.
She is a saint.
She's a nurse, right?
She actually works at the hospital in the physical therapy department. She works with a lot of the hospital inpatients as a physical therapist assistant, so.
You follow any collegiate sports at all?
Yeah, I do a little bit. I'm an Iowa State fan, so unfortunately I'm not a big wrestling guy. I don't know any of the rules, otherwise I'd rub it in. But I'll just stick to winning that football game and the Cyhawk basketball game coming up in a week, so that'll be good.
How far are you booked out?
Yeah, it just kind of depends. Every once in a while we'll have an open day in the schedule, but otherwise we're usually a month to a month and a half booked out. Certain things come up or people, we usually reserve the days for a full household move, and then whenever we can fit in, small things or, a Landsmere move at the end of the day or to start the day, and we can do that too, but usually about a month or a month and a half.
You do pianos?
Unfortunately, that comes with the gig. So yes, we do some pianos, not grand or baby grand. We leave that to the music companies in Sioux Falls. So.
You have a garage down south now, don't you?
Yeah. Yep. So when we started out, we had a couple different storage units, and I was officing out of our house, and then I think it was in year 3. Where we found out that we were going to need that room for a bedroom, so we had to find a different office. So that's when we built our shop. So we're just kind of, I say, south of Dutch Dogs. Everyone knows where that's at, just north of the bus barn. So that's where we call home. Yes.
So, we know you're home most nights. How about this deal where you, is that still working? You're home, you've never gone more than one night?
Yep. We've held pretty true to that. She laid down the law from the start, and I'm a pretty good follower. So she told me no moving on. Well, the first couple months, first year really, we took everything we could just to survive. So we were doing some moves on Saturdays, and then I remember that conversation she had with me that she said, if you're gonna be moving 6 days a week, she's like, I don't think that's going to be good. So now we no longer move Saturdays. So,
What is the biggest job that you've had?
biggest job. We moved Interstates in Sioux Center into their new building. So that was kind of a drawn out process. A lot of logistics on when each department was going to move over and how they were going to move over. So I'd say that was probably one of the bigger ones.
I was just wondering how you decided what job to take and what not to take.
Currently, or when we started?
No, currently, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not real good at saying no, so I try to take as much as we can that time allows. And sometimes, if the schedule's full, they gotta find someone else. I found if you give them some options, everyone when they call, they want to move on Saturday, and that's the only day that's gonna work. I tell them, well, unfortunately that's not gonna work, and then all of a sudden Thursday works too. So, it's a job that nobody wants to do themselves, so then usually they find time in their schedule where they'll take a half day off work, so.
So what's the main thing, because you talked a little bit about making sure, trying to have a good experience. What's the main thing that you think to go into making sure, to your best, that to make it a good experience? And then what's the worst experience that you've encountered? Like something fell and something broke and, but what do you do to kind of try to ensure that things are gonna go smoothly?
Yeah. I had someone actually tell me, they're like, you're not in the business of moving things, you're in the business of reducing people's stress. So we've been, if you look up or Google, you're kind of good at Google, this is facts. So there's a top 10 list of most stressful things to happen, in someone's life. Moving's usually always on there, but it always moving also pairs with almost the other 9. So it's change in job, loss of a spouse, getting divorced, getting married, all these number of things. So they always, a lot of them relate back to why somebody's moving. So just try to give them a good experience, understand where they're at, and we got good guys to help with the actual moving. So I probably do more talking than I do moving some days, but that's okay. So the worst one, oh man, but I think I can tell this. I had one where somebody called us, a gal called us to do the move, or she wanted me to come talk about the move. So I went over there, and that's not out of the normal. A lot of times I can do it over the phone. And we walked through the house, and she pointed out what was going to be moving, what wasn't going to be moving. And so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, her husband showed up. Well, he didn't know the move was happening. She was going to be, so that was a little bit scary, actually, just because I was like, I don't know, the door was locked, and I was thankful, but then I was like, now the moving guy's stuck in the middle of this, but it was okay. So that was probably the most stressful time, and we've had it before where, people are getting separated, so there's some heightened sense of anxiety during those, but otherwise, we try to keep from breaking most stuff, so we do pretty good. Yes, Dan?
Do you guys pack everything from the house into boxes, or does the homeowner do that?
No, homeowner does all the packing, so that's kind of two-part. It reduces our liability if it's packed by the customer, and selfishly, the logistics and timing of it is hard because, everybody's house is different. We did one time where we did pack. I think it went pretty well. They were happy with it, but, there's just so many questions that you have to have for the homeowner during that time. If you got this much Windex left in the bottom of the bottle, I pitch it, but they want to keep it. And certain things, that don't seem like heirlooms to me are heirlooms to them, and just easier. I figure around here, people always ask us too, well, do you sell the boxes? Well, you can tell that they're not from Orange City if they're asking if we sell boxes, because everyone else just goes to Fairway or Don's to pick them up. So most people say we can handle the packing, we just need somebody to do the moving. So,
Right, you get paid by the hour, or by the pound, by the mile, by the piece?
Yep.
All
of it. How do you want to pay? No, that's a great question. So we do everything per man, per hour, from the time we leave our shop until the time that we get back. So, like I said, I had no experience in a moving company. So when I was at the bank and had this idea and started Googling it, all of a sudden, a lot of people, you pay per pound. And I'm like, man, how are we going to, we got to go across the scale every time. I mean, your couch is 200 pounds, your couch is, I'm like, that isn't going to work. And then a lot of them do by cubic foot, but that wasn't going to work either because, how do you judge, how much space you need in the trailer? And I didn't like that idea. Some people did just a flat bid number, which probably makes sense. You probably come out on the better end of that more times, but a lot of times when we're on a move, you know, someone, oh, can you drop this off at our daughter's? Can you do this? Well, so things get added constantly. So, yep, we've been per man per hour. That's been from the start. And it seems to work pretty good. People like that everything's included in that, the labor, the fuel, mileage, equipment, so forth.
Do you have to deal with timing a lot when this person has to be out of the house and that person can get into the house?
Yeah, no, we do. I'd say the logistics is probably the biggest part of it. I think the most that we've ever had were 5 places that we moved out of this house. And then those people we moved into the next one. So we had a factor 5 of them. But the timing is the big part of it. You know, some people, you know, they need to be out of their house by noon on Monday. So then we got to get a little creative when we start loading. But yeah, we've had one time where the people, you know, they were backed up with their U-Hauls ready to start unloading into the house, and we weren't out of it yet. So moving's stressful enough. I always tell people, if you can give yourself a couple days before you close on it, sure helpful.
Give me a ballpark. I live in Sioux Center, and I go from my house and move out to Woodbridge.
Yep.
What's it gonna cost me?
$1,500 to $2,000.
Okay.
Right around there.
So
Don't hold me to that.
Oh, I don't wanna move either.
So some things, I'm sure, how'd you learn to pack correctly? I mean, is it just common sense, or? You're moving some pretty delicate stuff. You're moving somebody's China hutch, or somebody's more valuable than that, or maybe their original Da Vinci artwork, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I would say a lot of it you figure out over time. Everybody asks, how did you learn to do this? There's no schooling to go to, obviously, for it. Probably should have worked for somebody else first. That would have taught me something. I credit Joe's and Uncle Joe. So I started there at Joe's when I was, I think it was the summer of my 7th grade year, when he bought the old Ben Franklin building. I think looking back now, I was cheap labor. He needed all the carpet and the drywall ripped out, so I thought that'd be a great summer job. So started there as a 7th grader and worked there through college. So I would say, you know, anybody that's spent much time around Joe knows the salesman he is and how to talk to people. So I learned some things there, but also doing deliveries, and the majority of items we move aren't much, you know, too much bigger than a French door fridge. So if I know how to get that through a door, I can figure out how to get a couch through.
What's the most unique thing you moved?
I don't know if I can say that here. I'm kidding. I would say, believe me, you see it all. So it's been some where you least expect it. But I would say mounts, like deer mounts, and some of those get to be a little unique and specialized. So we usually make sure if they're going too far that we get those crated up. I think mounts are probably the most interesting thing. Everybody asks what the worst thing to move is. That's weight equipment. So that's treadmills. Those are meant to be at the gym, so just leave them there. They don't need to be in your house.
I'll give a testimonial. Our daughter moved from a townhouse in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, to a house, so maybe 2 miles apart. But Bret and his dad and a couple guys left Orange City in the morning, drove up there, they had everything packed, they moved everything, placed all the furniture, including the treadmill, and helped assemble a new chair that Walinga had purchased. Yeah, I can do that. And it was like watching an orchestra, the way they had that coordinated. Al was, you use him effectively. And then they drove home. I mean, it was amazing. I never thought you'd do it in a day, but it used to work.
You do well with women too. I think my wife had you move a piece of furniture 3 times within the same room.
Oh, yes.
Only 3?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of things that I think when you ask, you know, there's certain things you can offer when you're smaller like we are that the big ones can't, right? I mean, when you get to be too big, you have so many, you know, systems and processes in place that, you know, if you research moving companies, you know, a lot of them have what they'll call, you know, like a one-touch rule, or they'll, for that reason, right? They'll place your couch in one spot, but they aren't going to help you, you know, rearrange, or they won't assemble the beds, or they'll put all the boxes in the garage. Well, why, you know, you're paying us to do it, we'll bring them to the storeroom.
I guess I didn't realize you're getting paid by the hour.
That's why I'm so friendly with them. We'll move those 4 times if they want.
Hey, Bret?
Yes.
Was the pickleball court part of the master plan?
No, that wasn't necessarily part of it. When we put up our shop, we put up a couple extra bays, hoping to rent those out. And I'm a little particular with what I want in an area. And the people that wanted to rent it wanted to do some mechanic work, and it was going to be a little dirty. So after a while, I just decided we'd convert it. So there's a group of guys, a few different groups from town that rent the 2 east bays, and they play pickleball in there. So that's good. It's good to get out of the house in the winter, and we go where we need to. So.
Hey, maybe just a testimonial too, that when this guy shows up at the playground, fun starts, so you keep doing a good job being a dad to those kids. That's good to see.
Thank you. Thank you very much.